Salutations to foes. This is your fabulous leader, the Queen of Shade, coming at you with yet another special presentation. Moving straight ahead and full speed ahead and talking to amazing people that are doing amazing things in the world. My heart is so full that so many people I have had conversations with have had a great high regard of respect for me, and I've had respect for them. And it's just been an amazing journey so far. Having said that, I have someone else that you need to meet today. This young man is an amazing young man. I follow him on social media. He has a beautiful smile, as you can see. So, ladies and gentlemen, please help me say hello to Mr. Jaimar Brown.
What's
Hi, now we can do it.
Yes.
How are you?
I am so excited to be here. You have no idea. You have no idea. I'm so
Really?
excited. How are you? Yes, yes. Thank you for having me on.
Please, the pleasure's
It's an
all mine.
honor.
The pleasure's all mine. The pleasure's all mine. Listen, the pleasure is all mine. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. My legs are a little sore. Just got in from the gym,
Yeah.
so um, I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
I'm feeling real good. I'm better now. How about you? How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Listen, I work out at home because I'm still so scared of COVID. But I want them to understand that you are a fitness buff, you're a fitness guru. You do a lot.
Yes.
We're gonna get into it. So, but why is it every guy? Okay, listen, every single guy I've spoken to, they go to the gym before they talk to me.
I wanted to get that extra pump for you. You know what I mean?
Oh Lord, have
As
mercy.
soon as you were like, "Oh, you're gonna be on camera," I was like, "Oh, okay, let's go."
All right. So
I
tell,
wanted to look
okay.
good for you.
Thank you. You look great. You look great. You have an amazing
Thank you, and so do you.
smile. Thank you. You have an amazing smile. I love it. Smiles are
Appreciate
a
it.
great thing. So we're gonna talk about it. Let's start at the beginning. Where
All
are you?
right.
Where are you from?
So originally, I'm from a small town in Connecticut, New London.
Okay.
New London, Connecticut. It's a ocean town. It's right on
Okay.
the ocean, and I grew up there for about 14 years, and then we moved to North Carolina. So when
Okay.
people ask me, I like to say North Carolina because I feel like I did most of my like true growing up there. But yeah, so now my family lives in North Carolina.
Nice, nice. So small town to southern living. Did you find
Southern
that it was
living.
different? Did you find that it was different? Was it larger? Like, was it more
Yeah,
people?
yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Like I said, I grew up in a small ocean town.
Yeah.
Um, Very small town feels. You know everybody. Everybody is family or connected in some kind of way.
Yeah.
And then at 14, I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. So it was my first like taste of the big city, but
Yeah.
also the first taste of like the South. So yeah, my world was like, it was wild. It was wild. It was a big change, but it was needed because I'm a city boy at heart. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So I needed that space to grow.
Okay. Because I was going to ask, that was going to be my follow-up question. Was it difficult? Because one of my favorite movies in the whole wide world is Hocus Pocus with Bette Midler and Sarah Jessica Parker, and I forget the other lady's name, but they're in
Oh,
Salem.
is it Kathy? Kathy,
Yeah, she, yeah,
Jimmy.
yeah,
Yes,
Jimmy or
yes,
something like. Yeah, she.
yes.
Thank you, because I would hate for them to be like, he didn't say me. Okay, but yeah, so they were in Salem, and it was small, and he was like, I hate it here. I want to go back. And I was just wondering if Connecticut, after Connecticut, if you went to Charlotte, like, no, I want to go home to my friends. Like,
Nah, there's a time and place for everything.
uh-huh.
I everything that I needed to get from Connecticut, I definitely got.
Okay.
And same for Charlotte. I am a city boy at heart, so like New
Yeah.
York City is now home, and it feels like home.
You took my
But yeah,
next question.
I love the New England feel. I love the houses. I love the culture, um, the food. Um, yeah, Connecticut is cute. No bad feelings towards Connecticut. I needed it.
I can't do small towns. I can't. Like,
It's not for everybody.
it's not like, it's just, I don't know. Philadelphia is home for me. So it's always been home.
Okay.
I started in Philadelphia, and then we moved to the suburbs, and I did enjoy the suburbs because there were a lot of people there. It was quieter. but it was
Yeah.
still, if you knew where to look, you could still find a ruckus. So that wasn't a problem, you know?
And a good party. I've been to Philly a few
Yeah,
times. I've
yeah.
been to Philly a few times.
We're so, but that's the thing about Philly. It's a large city with a small town mentality. And I just,
Okay.
they don't like anything new, anything different. They're like, what the hell?
They
Yeah,
wasn't ready. That's all. They
yeah.
wasn't ready.
That's why I'm moving out of here. So,
I
like I
like
was
it.
gonna say, okay, so we all now know, because that was gonna be my question, and you answered it because you're good, you're on it. New York is now your home. Where did you do your studying, like your undergrad and stuff like that?
I went to college, East Carolina University in North Carolina, a small town called Greenville, North
Okay.
Carolina. But fourth biggest party school according to Playboy. So yeah, we got
Ooh, you a
down.
mess.
Yeah, we studied musical theater.
Okay.
I was a performer, and with a minor in partying.
I like you already. I'm
I
not a
lived my
party
best life.
person, but I like party people, because it's like the
Yes.
energy is good. So wow, according to Playboy, wow. Okay. So you do that, and then after college, where did you move? Did you go back to North Carolina before New York, or what? What happened?
Yeah. So right after
Well,
college,
you
I
were in
graduated in
Carolina, so I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
I graduated in 2014,
Uh-huh.
and I graduated in 2014, and started working at performing. I was working at theme parks. So I went back to Charlotte for a few months, and then I was out in San Antonio, Texas, for a few months, and
Wow.
then I ended up moving to Singapore for 2 years. Yeah.
Wow.
I moved there in 2015 with my best friend in the entire world, and yeah, I was performing out there at Universal Studios, singing and dancing, and just living my best life. Honestly, I had the best time ever. Doing a lot of traveling, just what young 20-year-olds do. And then yeah, I was working on cruise ships, just performing all over. Yeah, so that
You,
was kind of the.
I am so mesmerized.
Oh, thank you.
Because that's the thing. Like, see, okay, I'm a performer, clearly. But I didn't go
Yeah,
to school. I didn't go to school for this. I didn't go to school for this. And I admire when I hear people have actually dedicated time to the craft because of the fact that I didn't go to school with it and receive the formal education. It took me 20 years. You see?
but some people are just born with it.
But it took me 20 years. That's a long goddamn time. Like that's a long time to focus on something because I didn't go the route of undergrad. For me was biology. I wanted to be I wanted to be a vet. It was pre-veterinary medicine. I love animals. And that was
Okay.
what it was going to be. And then college was cut short for me because of a medical withdrawal. And then performing, it was so crazy because looking back at it, it's so weird. I met a performer. It was her major, it was her minor. And she left school. She was like, I'm going to finish school, but I'm going to finish school in Florida because Universal Studios is looking for performers. And she kept urging me, come with me, come with me. And I was like, no, I got to get this degree. And I gotta be, and that was the thing, especially, this in Black families, they put a lot of pressure on us. What you gonna be, and when you say, and me, I always sang, I was always talking, I was always this ball of energy. And my uncle, I remember both of my uncles. My one uncle went to a performing arts school. My other uncle started a band. So it was always in my family. My mother sang, my uncle sang. On my father's side, he plays 95 instruments. It was always yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
My aunt, she's deceased on my father's side, but her name was Brenda. She was a part of Brenda and the Tabulations. So there are yeah. So there are There's
You come from a
performing.
family of just like
So get
performers.
this. So get this. I was mad at them because my childhood was mega hard. So I was like, I'm not doing anything you bitches did. I'm going to school to be a doctor. Like, I'm like, fuck all of y'all. You know, that was my attitude.
Fuck this.
Yes, because
Yes.
I didn't see it being a lucrative opportunity. And also from a child, every time I came around, because I didn't live with my father. We lived in close proximity until the suburbs, but every time I came around, it was sing something, sing something, sing something, sing something. And
Don't you hate that? Oh
yes.
my gosh. Every time I go home, my grandpa's like, all right, come sing a solo. And I'm like, I don't want to. But how do you say no? How do you say
right.
no without...
You gotta do it. You gotta do it. So that was the thing. And like, so when I had my medical withdrawal because of my first diagnosis of mental illness, I lived with bipolar type 1, PTSD, and acute anxiety. All from my childhood. The bipolar disorder is hereditary. My mother and my father, they have mental illness. So do all of my siblings. So it runs in the family. But, you know, back then, I remember my first bout with it. And I remember being in the hospital. And I'm in the psych ward and I'm sitting there and they come in every day and they're looking at my face and they're asking me if I know my name and they're asking me if I'm okay. I'm devastated, mind you. I'm devastated because my college career is over, but not just my college career. I met the love of my life in college. And now I'm no longer connected to him. Yeah. So it was crazy. So I was burnt out. You know how you see those little cartoons and there's just the smoke, and it was so crazy because I've always been the type of person where I have a very strong core. A gift of mine is survival and resilience. So I can see it at that moment. And this was 2001, mind you. So you said 2014, this was 2001. So I remember sitting on the edge of the bed and I'm like, what are we going to do now? What are we going to do now? And that young lady's voice came back to me and said, well, you could use your talent. And I'm like, I thought about it and I'm like, I don't have any other option. Not right now. And that's how 20 years I've been in this business, in the background, moving to the forefront, turning down contracts because I also have this thing where I don't like when people own me. This is me. So I came up with this, no team. When I first was starting, I was going to sign with a major label. I had modeling contracts and it just was like, no, I had to leave all of it alone because I was like, I got to do it my way. I got to do it my way. And people say, you're crazy and you're turning down a lot of money. You're leaving their words, industry words. You're leaving a lot of money on the table. That's their words. But my attitude was, but if I walk away with my integrity as well as my intellectual property,
yes,
I'll win in the long run. So that was my little spiel real quick. So that was my little spiel. So every time I get I know, but we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about you because there are a lot of interesting things about you that I want to cover. So it's only a 1 hour show. It's only a 1 hour show. It's only 1 hour show. But that was my thing. You just jogged my memory. I love when I talk to performers because I'm going to ask you a question about that. All of your life, were you always that way? Did you know you wanted to perform? Was it something you were like, yeah, I've got this personality? Because even in your photos, you are an excellent model.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Excellent model. And it like you model from your head to your toes. And that's rare. Everything is poised and positioned the right way. And I'm just, so I need to know, like, did you always know, like, I'm going to be a performer?
I always wanted to be a performer. I grew up in church. Yeah. Pentecostal, parents, my dad's a preacher. My aunts and uncles are pastors and first ladies. My grandpa is a bishop. So that's all I knew. And it was a small church, so I had to do everything. I was playing the drums from a young age. I was, singing in the church choir. I learned how to do the audio engineering at the church. I learned how to usher. I mean, we did absolutely everything. But yeah, I was always drawn to the stage. Yeah. And when I went to high school, I was blessed enough to go to an art school, which brought me into like musical theater and and just took me into that world, and I
Yeah.
was obsessed, and I still am. So it's been a blessing to just kind of grow out of that and to see um, how all of that has led me to here. You know what I mean? It's been a
Now,
journey.
now get this. Now I can throw a little monkey wrench. So here it
All
goes.
right,
Yeah, I'm good. Don't worry. I'm not one of those messy. I'm not a messy queen. Trust me, I'm not.
it's all good. It's all good.
Now,
I'm here for you, boo. Whatever you need.
so get this. I found you through another young man that I absolutely adore, him and his husband. I
Ooh,
adore them. Levi and Chico. Those are the
yes.
names on here, you know. So I saw you with Chico, and you guys, first of all, we'll get into the fitness because that's what's next. But you guys started like taking pictures together. And I knew that Chico modeled because I had met him a couple of years earlier through another man from South Africa.
Hmm.
So yeah, I've been following, even though I'm working hard and putting out all this content,
Yeah.
I've been following you guys. So this gives you the oh shit, she really been following me for a long time.
Yeah,
So
you're on your shit. I love it.
yeah, so I saw at that point that you had to be either in Connecticut with Chico, or Chico was coming to New York. Let's not tell his business, but either one, I saw that you guys were hanging out, you guys were good. And then you guys were doing fitness. And that's the thing. Chico's a big fitness person. His husband's a dancer. So then I saw you, and you are big in fitness. And then this larger than life personality and the videos and the, all the acrobatics. And I'm like, okay. So the monkey wrench was okay. And I said, we're not going to go there, but it was basically that I saw you, and I didn't know if you were in Connecticut with him or if he was coming to New York. So what I do know is that I saw your post, and it was like, I'm a New York person now. I'm a New York person. I moved to New York. I'm in New York. That was the thing. So now, okay, so that was the backstory. Now the question, what was it like to move to New York?
Whew. What is it like to move to New York? Because I'm still I'm still learning and adjusting and figuring this crazy city out. It was insane. Now, I must say, I've lived in New York before,
Okay.
on and off,
Okay.
since right after college.
Okay.
I came here for like a couple months, was couch surfing,
Yeah.
working all the odd jobs, and then every
Yeah.
time I was able to perform, I left.
Yeah.
So for the last like 7 or 8 years, I was in and out. But I met Chico in Boston.
Okay.
We were living in Boston
Okay.
at the time, and yeah, this past August, I got an opportunity, a job opportunity to come here and to start personal training, teaching fitness classes in person. And then my boyfriend, the love of my life, Aaron,
Yes.
yeah, he booked his first Broadway gig literally that same week. So,
Congratulations.
God, the universe, oh, thank you, whatever you believe, just like had their hand on our lives, and um, allowed us the opportunity for a smooth transition from
Yeah.
Boston to New
Yeah.
York. So it's been good. It's been so much fun. I've met so many people. I've been able to make some great connections,
Yeah.
and it's all about the grind. You understand? New
Yes.
York is all about the grind. It's
It is.
nonstop,
Yes. They call it the
nonstop.
belly of the beast. I
Yeah.
remember. Yes, I loved it, but I was getting nowhere because I'm skinnier. So they were like, finally at Boss Model Management, the director pulled me out of line and said to me, sweetheart, you have the look, but you need to go to Paris. You're skinny and it's too.
Okay, Perry.
Yeah. And I went. I
Yes,
went.
yes.
I did. I packed everything I owned and literally met a
For
man
six
and
months,
had
right?
lodgings for 6 months. Look at you. You know too much.
Listen,
Look
I
at you.
do
You
my
know,
research as well. I
you.
do my research as well. Listen.
Yes, I was there 6 months and it was amazing, but it was stressful. I was away from home. And get this, I was homeless in America. Look at that. I was homeless in America
Been
and had
there.
a place to stay in Paris. It was so
Wow,
crazy. Like my life was so crazy. But
that's
like it
amazing.
brought me like exactly, it brought me here. So think about so let's stay on track here. So you're in New York. The love of your life is doing a Broadway exhibition, and you are doing fitness, and that's your journey. Are you still auditioning, still that performer? Because I'm going to add, this is the reason why. I've seen your advertisements and you brought in Chico. You guys do, a class, and you guys,
Yeah.
and that's what made, actually, that's what made me say, I got to get this boy on my camera, because what you said in the advertisement was, I'm saying it, I'm claiming it. 2022, 2023, 2024, we're going to be teaching fitness to all the queens and all the prides across the country. I was like, he better manifest. I was like, yes. I was like, he better manifest. I was like, he better manifest. That was it. And I was like, yes, like that. Because in our community, I hate to say it, but it is a sacrilege if you don't work out. Like, it is so hard if you don't work out. And it's just like, and that was my thing, because even through COVID, I gained my COVID weight, hiding in the house. Yes, honey, I lost it all. I lost it all. And I didn't even go to a gym. I pulled out them old modeling techniques, all that body weight in the house and the moving of the hips. And I pulled all that out. The bicycle kicks, the lunges.
You don't need much. You do not need much. Just some discipline.
Right. But you know what? I need to get back in the gym because I really like that shredded look. I can't get, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but I can't get it at home. I used to lift really, really heavy here. Let me show you. Because
please.
Let me show you. You're going to be like, oh my God. Oh my God. Everybody gags every time I show this picture. They're like, that's you? I'm like, yeah, it's me. I was a workaholic.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a workaholic.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So like that was my thing. Yeah. So that's the thing. So I got rid of the weight. It's nice and toned. It's together. Nothing's, the thing that really got me, I was like, I have a fashion background. I cannot have a stomach. Like that was the thing. And I had a stomach during COVID, and I was like, that was the thing that had to go. So bicycle kicks, the crunches every night. Like, yeah, I was going crazy.
I understand.
I got rid of it. Yeah, I got rid of it. I got back. I have on like a gold belt. This belt is a 30. The inch is 30 and I'm in it. And I was like I couldn't.
I love it.
So,
I love it.
You're there. Talk about how, okay, so you're still looking for performance opportunities, right?
No.
Okay. So you're full-time into fitness.
I am full-time into fitness. I'm still a performer, but I like to perform through my fitness.
Yes.
I like to use my social media as my performance outlet. Yes. You know what I mean? I like to make fitness fun and accessible for everyone. I feel like as a Black gay man, yes, you're right. Like, it almost seems sacrilege for our community not to work out.
They be honest.
But the gym can also be a very intimidating place, and it hasn't been a place that's been super accepting of us. Yep. And so I find it to be my mission to be my most authentic self at the gym. And I hope that really shines through all of my social media content, because I want everybody to feel comfortable coming into the gym and being their most authentic self. That's all I ask. So
you know what? It does. It is the goal, and you're achieving it, because I love your content, because you show everyone, baby, it's about discipline. Just do this, do that. You get, and it's amazing, because that is something that I'm so glad you brought in, because we want to say that anyone can work out.
Anybody can.
Anybody
can, yes.
And we all started from a place, and I'm gonna say this, from a place of rest. We all start from there. And then it's all about your intensity, your repetition, how many days. I want people to understand with fitness, you can do whatever you want. Because I was a very skinny track and field kid. I didn't know what a muscle was. I would go in there, and in the gym, I only worked my legs.
Dang.
Yes, but I only worked my legs because I was running, like that was my thing. And I'll never forget, I'm, coming out, and I'm in the city of Philadelphia, and I meet this amazing, he was an older gentleman, amazing man. He took such good care of me when I was homeless. So he took such good care of me, and his name was Daryl. And I love Daryl because he was an Aries, I'm a Libra, and those are kind of like the flip sides of each other. We understood each other very well. So I remember I got a job. Now, mind you, look at this. He didn't even tell me where he worked. That was not I didn't care. I just was worried about that couch, you know?
That's
So like,
real
I'm
though.
being honest.
That's
So
real.
and that's the thing that I'm proud of. In my homelessness, I think I only had 1 year, and that was because I came out of the hospital because I was like burnt out after Paris. I had 1 year where I didn't have a job. And then from there on, I had a job every single year. But I end up going to this like corporate, it was like a corporate setting, and I had to wear a tie and a shirt and slacks and shoes every day. And I was prepared to do that. And even in those slacks and those shoes, people would say to me, "You're gliding when you walk. Are you a model? Have you had have you had runway experience?" And I'm like, yeah, but I was, yeah, but it was also kind of like nostalgic for me. I thought it was over. I thought it was over. And we're talking, this was around 2006, 2007. So I find my way, because he's like, yeah, we have a gym on premises. And I'm like, you guys have a gym? And he's like, yeah, because everybody can't run out, because this was the thing, corporate America, we live here. So here's the kitchen, cafeteria, the catered food, and across the hall is the gym. So they were showing me all of this because I was now a member of this company. So I go and I'm peeking in the gym. And I'm looking, and like you said, intimidated. I'm looking for who's bigger, who's dedicated, who's shredded, who like, okay, let me remember they come at this time, so let me come later till I get my shit together. You know, like I'm thinking all of that. So I peek in, and there's Daryl. And I'm like, I walk in and he looks at me and he's like, and I'm like, Daryl, you work here? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, I work here too. He's like, isn't that odd? Like, isn't that so odd? So, but get this, changed my life. Not only gave me a place to stay, but he says to me, like, I'm working out. He says, come here, come here, come here, come here. So I'd always been shredded. Like I always stayed shredded because I always did high intensity, like I lifted heavy for my size, and did a lot of cardio. So he's like, lay down. It's the incline bench. No, it's the flat bench. So
yeah, flat bench.
Yeah. So he's like, put your hands here. And he teach like literally your thumb count over, then you wrap your hands around right there. Thumb to thumb, right there. Bar, you can measure where it is. This is what he taught me. Grab the bar.
Yep.
Tuck your thumb because you don't want that out there. Tuck your thumb. And he's like, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, I've never done this before. He's like, listen, you can't scream. You're going to need your breath. So he's like, relax. I got you. Ciao. 1. And I'm like, he's like, bring it all the way down.
All the way to the chest.
All the way to the chest. That's the way that I am. And he teaches me that. And I have one of those personalities. Some people say it's bad. Some people say it's good. But once I get a taste of something and I love it, I overindulge. I am prone to excess.
100%. I'm an all or nothing girl. I am an all or nothing girl.
Me too.
That is what it is, honey. But I love it. I love it. Okay?
Me too. So like he did that for me, and then that was all she wrote. I was like, bench press was like the first thing I did. I would stretch. I would come, bench press was where I started. Even today, I start, like even at home, I start with push-ups. That's where I start, that chest. Because my thing, and this is the thing, like in our community, every guy has a body part that they admire, that they adore. Mine is the chest. I love a man's chest. I am a big chest and areola person. So, and also with my size being small and slender, like I could get bigger because I had a lot of men that would like be in the gym. They're like, if you ate 3,500 calories a day and you did this and this, that, and the other, you could really grow. And I'm like, I can't. Now, mind you, I said that I had let go of my fashion dreams, but not really in my head. I was like, I can't do that because I have to wear couture. I'm like, I can't do that. So they're like, all right, suit yourself. So I'm like, for my size, it's going to be good. And I was also very strong. I used to get into fights in the gym because here it is, the gay guy. I'm the gay guy. I'm walking around, I'm sashaying, I'm modeling, and I'm all shredded and strong. Yeah. And the guys used to say, I used to have personal trainers that would try to fight me because
they were intimidated.
Like, yes. And they would be like, I don't understand how you spend 50 minutes in the gym every day and not hours like us. And you look like that. And I would say, well, it's all about what you do and how you do it. Yeah.
You don't need longer than an hour.
Yeah.
You don't need longer than 45 minutes.
Okay, we got
I'll
somebody.
take 2.5
Okay, we got
hours.
somebody in fitness. Please repeat what you said without me talking. You don't need more
than 45 minutes to an hour at the gym every day. If you go in with intention, knowing what you're planning to do, and you execute it, you can get it all done. Now, me personally, I can spend all day, but that's my safe space. You know what I mean? That's my you know what I mean? But like, you don't need to. You don't need to. So I'm sorry you went through that though.
But you know what?
That's the problem.
Yeah. I always did. But you know what the funny thing was, then I would work out, I would get to my peak and I'm looking good and everything is just, and I would notice those same men staring me down. And I'm just like,
and licking their lips.
Get this. I had one guy, Jaimar, I had one guy walk over to me and he said to me, and I took it as offense. He was like, "You're like a gazelle." Exactly. Okay. And I'm like, I looked at him, like I didn't even, I didn't even say thank you or anything. I just walked away. And he was like, because he was like, "You're like a gazelle." He was like, no, he said, "You're like a gazelle. You're so tight and you're just bouncing from machine to machine to machine." And I went to one of my gym buddies who was changing in the locker room. And I'm like, this nigga is up here talking about something. I look like a gazelle. I don't like that. I'm like, gazelles get eaten. Bitch, I'm not here to get eaten. I'm a cheetah. I may be the smallest in here. Now I'm a leopard. But at that time, I was a cheetah. You know, I'm still a big cat, but I'm on the lighter side of being a big cat. And my friend was like, no, a gazelle is a very beautiful animal. But my thing is, I know animals. I love animals. I watch documentaries all the time. I'm like, no, gazelles get eaten. This man was trying to climb on my back. I'm not for it. Like, I'm like, no. So, but he was like, no, it's a compliment. It's a compliment.
We knew his intentions.
Yeah, like I'm not a gazelle. What the fuck? A gazelle? I could have been a cheetah. And the thing was, I thought about it and I was like, okay, he did really muster up his courage because I'd seen him every day. I say hello to everyone in the gym. So he just mustered up his courage to finally have a conversation with me. That's what that was. But I'm like, dude, you struck all the way out. You struck. All he had to do was say, "Man, I really admire your physique. I can see that you put a lot of dedication into your aesthetic." And I'd have been like, "Oh,
I think you're cute. Hey, what's your name?" You know what I mean? Like, that still works too. You know what I mean?
No, I was not. I wasn't feeling it. So I'm so glad, back to you now. I'm so glad that you are creating that space because, like I said, so explain to me what so you're in fitness, you could be in the gym all day, but now you are doing these like classes and they're like virtual and they're also in person. Please explain to me the name of that and what that is and what your intention is with that.
So I work for a company called Core Rhythm Fitness.
Okay.
And it's ran by a queer POC couple, Black gay man and his Asian gay husband. Yes. They're both performers. And they're starting a little empire here in New York City. It's been amazing just to be surrounded by people who are like-minded, you know what I mean, and who understand being comfortable in your own skin. And it's just given me the courage to step out and to be bigger and better and shine my light brighter, you know what I mean? It makes me feel like I can do anything, you know what I mean? Wow. So that's been the best part about moving to New York is working for this amazing company who just like has the same values as I do.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So how did the virtual classes with Chico come along? Like, how did that come along?
Well, Chico and I met at a Planet Fitness 2 years ago. Yeah, right in the middle of the pandemic. We had been following each other on Instagram, so we were familiar with each other. And then I saw him and I was like, listen, you're fierce. Like, let's get a workout in. And the rest was history. Like, it started out as workouts, then it became, you want to come over and watch Drag Race? Yeah. Okay.
That is so him too. Yes.
It was like, oh, you want to go to the club? Hey. And I mean, yeah, it just became a friendship. And so Levi, Chico, those are my girls. I love them so much. And yeah, as time progressed, we continued to work out.
Yeah.
And then yeah, just started posting content together.
Yep.
And then that became classes. We started doing classes together. And now even on weekends we just do live workouts together. So
yes.
we're constantly doing something.
But you know, it didn't stop there, because now I see y'all all posted up in all these slick, shiny black, leotard type, y'all modeling together. So it's just I love that. Like I love that, because one thing leads to another. Like you guys are doing and that's the thing. I could tell. I was like, these guys are really friends. They love each other. Because see, that's a friend. When you can bring somebody into your money, you love them. You love them a lot.
100%.
Yeah.
We're gonna take over the world. Y'all ain't ready. This is just the beginning. I'm saying, world pride.
Right. So explain that. So are you already geared up to teach in classes during World Pride?
Nothing's set in stone. I'm still just manifesting.
Okay.
But that's the goal. The goal is, to continue to teach classes that are geared and focused towards the queer community, specifically POC and Black. Like we need to be seen. You know what I mean? We need a safe space, and I feel like there's not really too many fitness influencers or personal trainers. I can't say that. I just don't know too many who are catering to our community. And I would love to make a hub or a safe space where we can all come together and cross promote and just be there for one another. You know what I mean? We need each other.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And we deserve to be seen, and we deserve to see ourselves in every space. And that includes the gym. Yes. And that's a space that was not typically made for people like you and me.
Right.
But yet you're selling your products to us. You know what I mean? So like, let's make it our space.
Take the whey protein. We gotta do, we gotta do all 100%. That.
Yeah. 100%.
See, I really admire your mission, and I see it being so big. I see it being so
thank
big.
you.
There's a young man out of Miami, Florida. I think he lives in California now. His name is Kevin Carnell. And you might know him by face and physique, because he's very popular. But he himself, he just taught classes, he teaches he did virtual through an app or something like that. So I'm seeing, and what I'm loving is the fact that you're right. We, as who we are, we got fitness on lock. We stay in shape. We said we must, because even with my fitness became a discouragement to attackers. If they saw damn, I'm walking down the street, and that's why I hate the winter, because when I from modeling, when I put on clothes, I look skinny as ever. I look like you could try me. That's why I love the summertime. Because then my arms are out, I've got that little shirt on, I've got my legs out. You're not trying me. You're not trying me, because you can see it. But, for so long, like you said, I every single, oh my God, Jaimar, every single gym I've ever been a member of, I had to deal with discrimination.
And that's not okay.
No.
That breaks my heart.
Yeah.
That breaks my heart.
Every gym since I started working out, even at that Pep Boys, it was a Pep Boys corporate office. It was the corporate office here in Philly. I had to deal with discrimination. Every single gym. Damn, every single gym. Damn. And I've had a lot of gyms. I had to think about that. Yeah, every single gym, to the point where we have a huge LA Fitness near me. I won't go there. I just won't go there.
I don't like LA Fitness anyway.
No, I won't go there. Yeah, I won't go there, because
we deserve that safe space, though.
Yes, and that's the thing, to do what we need to do and leave.
Without compromising who we are, you know what I mean? If I want to sing and belt while I'm on the treadmill, I'm going to motherfucking sing and belt. If I want to stay around like Beyonce, oh my God. Oh.
I'm so mad.
Laugh at me, you'll see. Listen. It ain't nothing but a thing to turn a sumo squat into a full out
Yeah.
Twerking session, no shame,
So
no
wait,
shame
okay.
whatsoever.
So wait. Let's. I want to keep you safe here because I don't want, like we said, he's happily in love. Leave him alone. Where can they find the gym? Where can they find the gym in New York City where you are?
Yes, so I work for Core Fitness. Core
Yes.
Rhythm Fitness. We do online classes through Zoom. I do personal training for them as well.
Yeah.
In person, at home, I'll come to you. Virtual, but we work at a gym called Complete Body in Union Square.
Okay.
So you can
Union
catch
Square.
me in Union Square, New York.
Oh, I know where Union Square is because I used to come there for so many years, 14th Street, because all the modeling agencies are in the area.
Yeah, okay.
IMG's down there, Majors down there, Next is around the corner. No, Next is further. That is, what's the boys one? Hold on. I used to go there all the time. There's a boys one. There's an all men's one. I forget what they're called. My photographer, my fashion photographer, he just passed. He passed of
I'm sorry.
cancer. He passed of cancer the early beginning of this year. I would only work with him. Like I worked with him and one other photographer, but yeah, he passed. But it's all in that area. It's all in that area. I remember in between the go-sees, I would go to the Barnes and Noble right there at Union Square, and I would eat
Okay.
and I would wait. And that was in the winter. I would be there all year round, the winter, the summer, the spring, the fall, trying to get a contract. And it was like, oh my God. And it taught me so much. Like I remember that. New York, like it's so crazy because this is so weird. I'm having this moment. When I said this in an interview, actually with someone who was in a photo with you, I interviewed. And I said this to him. Traveling to New York, I would ride the bus. We had something called the China bus. It would go from Chinatown in
Oh,
Philadelphia to
very
Chinatown.
familiar.
Okay, $20.
Very familiar.
$20 round
Oh,
trip. So you could get there
100%.
real easy. It goes to DC,
Real
it
quick.
goes all over. So I would get off that bus and literally, oh my God. That is so crazy. I'm having this moment, like I'm there. But
Yeah.
every time we would go under Holland Tunnel and come up in Manhattan, I felt a weight drop off of me every single time, Jaimar. To be in New York, I felt a sigh of relief. New York is a city where you can be yourself. And I would get off that bus and, models, I would stretch my legs. And I had, oh my God, I had a woman, and get this, I would be on my way to a go see. Now look at how foolish I am. The universe is trying to help me because I would be on my way to a go see, and I'm so professional about being there and looking the part and showing up and being able to answer the questions that I would have. Now, this was my cue here, and I missed it. Old Caucasian ladies with real pearls and their hair done and pearls in their ears would stop me. Now, mind you, these are the owners of modeling agencies. They would stop me and say, sweetheart, you should be a model. Have you ever thought about it? And I would smile and say, thank you, and say, but I have to go because I'm on my way to an opportunity that wouldn't pan out. And then I would think like all these older, well-to-do, affluent women would stop me and be like, you should be a model. Are you interested in modeling? And I would be like, I am, thank you. But, I have to go. I don't want to be late. I have to be punctual. I'm going to a casting. And they would never pan out. Never pan out. And then years later, I started thinking, I'm like, do you know how many men approached you on the street in New York to model? And I'm like,
but that's when you know you're in alignment. You know what
yeah,
I mean? When you know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, when everybody around you can see it in
yeah,
you and see that gift in you and
yeah,
say, oh, you're
yeah,
a model. You
yeah,
walk in it. You
yeah,
walk in it. And you were.
yeah,
You were. So,
yeah. Yeah, I did. And that's the thing. I have no regrets about it. It was beautiful. I went to Paris 6 months. It was amazing. It was
wow.
stressful. It was stressful though. But I'm planning to go back. And in the fashion community, not as a model, but more so as a respected opinion now. All of my friends that I met now are huge stars in France. So I'm just going to take my music and my look and all I do. And they keep telling me it's going to be, girl, it's going to be so easy for you. Just come on over. Just come on over. It's going to be so easy for you. You do so
Yes.
much, they'll embrace you. So now I'm just trying to, because I'm just getting over COVID. Me and my grandmother, we were in the house and caught it. My nephew
I'm
brought it
sorry.
home from his work. Yeah, my nephew and his girlfriend brought it home from his work. And I thought I was going to die, but I was vaccinated and so was she. It was rough, but we got through it. But I'm just
Yeah.
waiting for the world to be okay again before I make such a huge move, because it's a risk. It's a business. I don't know how it's going to go up front. Everybody's
Yeah.
telling me, but I have to look at the logistics so that I don't go broke, so that these things, like I have to make sure, like you said, I'm in alignment. I know I belong in
100%.
Europe. I know I belong in Europe and I know where, but I just have to, because some girls are, oh girl, you always talk about it. Yes, I am, but I have to make sure the logistics of it make sense. So
I understand that,
yeah.
and I 100% agree. But when we Core Rhythm Fitness, we have a mantra each month, and this month is you are worth the risk. You are worth the risk. When you are, like I said, when you are walking in alignment
Yeah.
with what you are supposed to be doing,
Yeah.
when you know who you are and you know where you're supposed to go,
Yeah.
you don't have to have all the answers.
Right.
You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't even have to have all the instructions. You
Right.
need to step out on faith. So I'm telling you, if you know in your heart that you are supposed to be in Europe, if Paris is calling
They
your
are.
name,
They're
baby
actually
girl,
calling.
go back.
They're
Go
actually
back.
calling. They're
Yes.
actually calling. Like,
Yes.
girl, we got this opportunity. Come do it. And I'm like, part of me is a little afraid, but
Yeah,
I have to
100%.
face my fear. Like I have to face my fear. This is
Absolutely.
where I belong. So I have to face my fear. But I was gonna say, preach, preacher, it comes out of you.
Hey, it's innate.
Yeah, it comes right out of you. That anointing shines. That's so great. So let's just move a little bit. I want to stay in the same vein, the same space. I want to know, okay, so your full-time fitness, have you, because you're in New York, so if you are given an opportunity to perform, say Broadway or something like that, will you take it? I mean, will you work it into your schedule?
I mean, yeah, I'm open. I'm open. I'm
I
always
just want to
open
see
to
if
new
I just
opportunities.
want to see from you if it's like, I still am a performer, I love a performer, but that has passed, I'm focused on this. Like, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I see myself going in the route of just building more of a social media empire,
Yeah,
focused in fitness. You know what I
yeah,
mean? I know my calling
yeah,
and I understand the assignment. And so
yeah,
I'm here to just walk in it.
yeah,
Anything else that comes, I will absolutely look into it. I'll see how it serves my purpose. If it's, working towards the same goals that I know I'm meant to fulfill.
yeah.
And if that's the case, then yeah, of course, I'll take it. That's fun. But right now, my focus, I have my eyes on the prize.
And I like
So
that. I like that because
yeah,
a lot of people, you have a set goal. What's your birth sign?
I'm a Pisces.
Of course you are. Of course you are. Of course you are.
What does that mean?
My
What do you
whole
mean by
family,
that?
like most of my whole family are Pisces. Like literally most of my entire family are Pisces. Extraordinary, dreamers, magical, beyond belief. Like when I tell you, magical people, like absolutely, like metaphysically inclined. Like you guys are the best. And that's why I just know, like my nephew is 20 and my nephew, he is a tidal wave that this world has not seen yet, but they are going to see it. He's also a performer and entertainer. Like
Nice.
he's going, like when I tell you this boy, and his mother, all of them, my uncles, my aunts, just magical people. Pisces that's a good sign to be under. It's a good
I
sign.
love it. We feel everything. We
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
everything.
yeah, yeah. But that's good. That's good. That's good. You feel my
Yeah.
energy, so you can tell if a bitch is off. Like no. This girl ain't right. But no, that's a good thing. That's a great thing. So like, okay. When you say I want to focus on building a social media empire, because that's exactly what I did. I turned down all those contracts. I was going to do American Idol. I was going to do a lot of things. Signed with a major record label in New York. I was even there in the studios doing demo work. And then I said, nope, this is not it. So the question is, fitness empire, I too turned to social media. I realized there was so much money to be made in a virtual empire. So what do you see for your virtual empire? Like, do you have core pillars that you want to reach, or things that we can help you with as watchers?
Absolutely. I'm
As he
the
laughs
next
to
thing.
himself, because this is, because this is, as Pisces talk, this is, I'm going to tell you some, but I'm not going to tell you all because I don't like to reveal my plan. I know you guys.
Hey,
I don't like to reveal
hey,
my plan, because if I reveal my
hey.
plan, you guys will try to get in my way, and I don't need you in my way.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, 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 no. When you're in alignment, you don't have to worry about anybody
Right.
getting in your way.
Listen,
That's
listen.
not the worry. It's
Yes.
just nah, I know exactly what I want to do. I think the next step is I wanna tackle YouTube. I
Yes.
really want to tackle YouTube. I'm looking to create a safe space
Yeah.
where I can highlight black queer creatives through
Yeah.
fitness.
Yeah.
So that's the next goal.
Yeah.
And I
And
want
you're
it to
starting
be black as fuck. I want it to be gay as fuck, and I want it to just come from the heart. That's all I ask, you
I
know.
love
And so,
it. I love
yeah,
it.
thank you.
No, I love
For a
it.
passion
I
project.
actually just started my YouTube. I deleted my brand YouTube at the end of the year last year, and I just started over. I started completely over. So now I'm going through this whole thing of, you got to have X amount of followers before you can get monetized, X amount of watchers. And it's so crazy because I keep getting the notifications. Oh, you have 18,000 views, 500 hours, like people are
Yeah,
watching, and these are,
people
and
are
I'm just,
watching.
yes, they're watching. So I'm just taking my time and I'm just building it. And my thing is, I've never been afraid. I ain't scared. I've never been afraid to start over. Like that's never been a problem for me. Like I said, my
Yeah,
gift is survival. My gift is resilience. My grandmother calls me the Phoenix, because I've had to start over so many times in my life that start over is my middle name now. So, and I love it because now that I've
resilient.
gotten, yes, resilient. And now that I've gotten to where I am in my life, a start over for me is not really a start over, because I carry all the knowledge that I gained,
Yeah,
before. So now I'm walking into it, and this may look like a new venture, but I have all the skill that I need to go forward. So it's just really, it's amazing. So
but
I
isn't that
want,
amazing how like life works in the fact that like you never know what God or the universe has in store for you, but if you
yes,
just walk your journey,
yep,
it's all working for you.
yep,
And now everything that you thought was a fail
yep,
or, a missed opportunity or
yep,
it didn't go as planned, it's like, no, no, no. Keep going.
yep,
You're gonna be able to use something from that. You're gonna learn from that and you're gonna take it into your next thing and it's gonna be bigger than ever.
yes,
And so
yes,
that's why I love you and I admire you from afar because you are so consistent
yeah.
in all that you do. You know what I mean? You work so hard and it
Wow.
shows. And so I'm inspired. I'm
Thank you.
inspired. Keep
Thank
going.
you. Thank you. I'm inspired by you as well, which is why you're here.
Oh,
No,
thank
but
you.
but you're right. All of that which I thought was a missed opportunity was not. And
Mm-mm.
the divine spoke to me, because the thing that sticks out the most with me, the thing that I cannot get my head around because it just will not budge, is that I need to own me. I need to own all of my intellectual property, all of my masters, because I sing. So
Yeah,
I
you
need to,
do.
yeah, so I need to own all of my masters. I need to own everything that I do. And I am not giving up one portion of what I've built for anything. I'm not doing it. And that is my goal, what's in my mind's eye. I started my own entertainment company. I had to do it. And people said to me, you're crazy. You're walking away from this and this opportunity and this, that, and the other. But what I learned is, yes, it's a struggle in the beginning. It's a struggle in the middle. It's a struggle at the end. But once you get around those horns to the back of the bull, that back end is smooth sailing. All that money can just roll on in, all the,
And it's all yours.
it's
It's
all mine.
all
So
yours.
that's why, like, even with this, like, we're co-creators in this. So what I do is after we're done, I put it on my website, I put it on YouTube, and then I send you your copies, the audio and the video here, because we are creating this together, therefore we own it. So, I'm fair. Like, I'm fair in an industry that wasn't very fair to me. So I just had to do it my way. And it's so crazy because now I have executives that are followers, and they're like, they're kicking themselves because they're like, if we had to let you do it your way, this would have happened. And I'm like, no, it wouldn't have. This is me being on my own. This is something you can't harness. You can try to steal the recipe, but the sauce ain't gonna taste the same. So yeah, this is my life. It's my baby. And I did a little video before coming on here, because when you get all done up before I start moving and
you gotta do it all.
Yeah, so
create.
Yeah, so I did that, and I did a video, and I said 15 minutes of fame versus 40 years of success. And I was saying, you can keep your 15 minutes of fame. I'm not even interested in that. This is my career, and I'm going 40 years and moving from one success to the next. That's what I'm in this. And that's the thing. And I try to teach that, because, all these people out here, I've had some encounters with other influencers, and they're a little, let's just leave that alone. But my attitude is, sweetie, you need longevity. You've got to last. Amen. You may be hot this year. You may be hot next year. You may be hot 5 years from now. You still got to live for the rest of your life.
That's real.
What are you going to do for the rest of your life? And in finding out, like you said, and being in alignment with the divine, I found and discovered my purpose. So literally, if something today happened and I couldn't sing but could still speak, I would still be in my purpose.
100%.
Like, nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen.
Amen.
Got this voice. But got this voice. But what I'm saying is, past the glitz, the glamour, the smoke, and the mirrors, my work empowers people from around the world. And that is, like I said to my grandmother was like, because she knew, she was like, you're gonna sing. She's like, yeah, you'll even do fashion. Yeah, you'll be a fashion personality. She said, but what's going to really kick the door open for you is that encouragement and that empowerment that you give to the people around you and to people that don't even know you. And I say this because that's what you're doing. You are finding people of like mind. You're empowering us all, because trust me, I have saved many of your videos, because I'm like, I'm going to try this. No, I'm going to try this. I'm going to do this. And then some videos, I'm like, he just looks amazing. I'm just going to save this. I'm just going to vault this video right here, because I do that a lot too. Content.
I appreciate it.
Because, I can't make no money from your content. But I can admire it. I can admire it. I can repost it and tag you and say, oh, look at this.
Thank you.
So, but that's what I'm finding in 2022 is that the people that are becoming vastly and largely and widely successful are people that understand that it's not about them. It's about giving back. It's about empowering the next person, the next generation, the person standing next to you. It's about helping them to realize that they can do whatever they are called to do, that whatever their mind is purposed to do, that they can do it, and people like you and people like me, we offer, help along the way. Because if you're chasing a dream, it's great to chase a dream, but you want to make sure you're going to live to see it. So let's cut down on all that fried food. Let's cut down on let's do that. Let's do some physical training, so that when you're 39 going on 40, okay.
Fool me. Okay. Like, don't crack. Hey.
Not at all, baby. Not at all.
Hallelujah.
That's them jeans. That's that supermodel power, honey. So they were like, but you inspire people, and that's what I love. And that is why I asked you to come share your light with us, because it's so bright. And you're such I had to say it. I know you're happily, but you're such a beautiful man. You're
Thank you. And you're
such,
beautiful as well.
thank you,
Thank you
but
so
you
much.
are. You're such a beautiful man, and you take such good care of yourself. And what I want people to understand is, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's rough to be there for yourself. It's easier to be there for other people, but you have to be there for yourself, but it's doable. And it's doable, like you said, because you get around people of like mind. So when you have that moment, they're like, girl, come on. And they tell you, they
It's
tell
all
you,
about that circle.
yes,
It's
it's the
all about
circle.
I couldn't I wouldn't be I wouldn't be here without my circle.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I believe in finding people who can elevate you, you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
Like-minded people who are thriving and striving to be their best and
yeah,
who are being themselves.
yes,
That's the key. When you can be all you are called to be without trying to change or trying to, you know, fit in, it's just like, no, let's
right,
live in our authenticity. You know
right,
what I mean?
right.
That's the key. So
Yes,
yeah, thank you.
it really is. It really is. It is the key to everything. I didn't get, it was so funny. I've been in this business 20 years. The Queen of Shade is only 6 years old. She's only
Wow.
6. So factor in, I had to get myself together. I had 15 years of therapy. I've been celibate for 10 years, but I've only been celibate for 10 years because I wanted to really focus on my career. Like it was everything to me. And I felt it in my soul, like, okay, my spirit was like, this is the time. So I just didn't want any distractions because I'm a very sexual creature. And,
And that is okay too.
okay.
That is
So
okay.
I had to focus that energy, which I call transmutation. I had to take that energy from that area, put it in my work and build and build and build. But it is so beautiful to be able to just, like you said, have like-minded people. And I want to share something with you real quick. Last night I was working, and yesterday my interviews just didn't happen. They didn't happen because I had one baby, one husband, his wife went into labor. Yeah, he
Wow.
sends me a picture like, this is my wife in labor. Don't I need to reschedule. Please don't hate me. And I'm like, no, it's okay. Then my one baby, Spanish baby, named Brandon Lewis, he's gorgeous. And he's like, I'm sick. And I'm just like, oh my God, I hope it's not COVID. Like, I'm just like, please don't let it be COVID. So I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, no problem. And then my last one, he's a nurse. So he's out in the world on the front lines dealing with COVID.
On
So
the
he
front
used
line.
the opportunity. So I was like, okay, no problem. But yesterday happened. I got all dressed up and I did a lot of videos, 1 minute videos, and they came out. And one video that came out, and I'm gonna tell you about that video in a second, but what I did was I was on the floor, and this is the thing. I was doing my sit-ups and my crunches. And like I said, I'm 39 years old. I'm going to be 40 this year. And it has always pained me that I had to leave school without my degree because, and I'll tell you why, because when I came home to Philadelphia from upstate Pennsylvania and had to join the workforce, I had to take customer service jobs. Now, I'm a good speaker. I was voted most talkative in school, but customer service jobs, some of them, not all of them, don't lead anywhere. And then they don't pay. So whereas I was trying to make a career for myself, check to check living, taking care of my brother, trying to have an apartment so we weren't both on the street, it didn't leave room for much anything else. And because of that, I met a lot of charlatans in the business who were preying on the fact that I was in a vulnerable state. But
Yeah.
I held to my guns. But it always pained me because I was like, listen, if you had had that bachelor's degree, even if you stopped at bachelor's and just didn't go get that master's, child, 40,000, 35,000, 40,000 would have been it. Like for one person, you would have been fine. And I always held on to that and harbored that. And I was always upset about that. And then yesterday, I'm laying on the floor and I'm looking up and I'm listening to Mooney Long's song, not Hours and
Mooney
Hours.
Long. Oh, I
Yes.
love. Oh,
Yes.
I love. Shout out to Mooney Long. Oh,
So I'm
hours and
listening.
hours.
Now get it. Ironically, I was listening to Time Machine. If I had a time machine, I'd go back and change it. Now, mind you, I'm having these destructive thoughts and I'm listening to Time Machine say, if I could go back, I'd change it. And then me kicks in. I kick in. I said, bitch, let it go. It happened. Yes, it hurt. But you built this empire without a degree. The people that work for you have degrees. You're okay. You don't need it. I'm screaming because that's exactly what was going on in my head. You
No,
don't
but that's real.
like, you don't need it. Let it go. And for the first time in 20 years, I said, I release it from my spirit. And I had to say that with me, I'm a very spiritual creature. So I had to say it with my mouth. And I said, I released this from my spirit, and I felt it leave. And it was just like, okay, finally,
Yeah,
you can get on with your
absolutely.
life. Like, you can get on with your life. Now get on with it. And it was a full circle moment. So the video, I got into it with my grandmother the morning of, and she was judging a friend of mine who did an interview with me. And we were talking about our escapades. Now, mind you, he's older. I've been celibate 10 years. So you're judging us based on memories.
Yeah.
So she's a Christian and I'm not. And she was like, oh, y'all some whores. Da, 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 da. And I was like, and that was my attitude. And she was just like, oh, that's wrong. I said, and I kind of snapped. I said to her, and I went, and what's my name? The Queen of Shade.
The Queen of Shade.
I'm nice and empowering, but I will shade you into oblivion. I don't give a fuck who you are. So this is what happened. I turned to her because we were in the car. I said, why is it that Christians do that? And this is not everyone, but I said to her, why is it that Christians do that? She looked at me and said, do what? I said, see, you're not even aware of it. You can't even see yourself. I said, why is it that Christians want to judge other people's lives when you should be worried about your own? And get it, I didn't stop there. I said, isn't it funny that you're a Christian, you fast, you pray, you gather together, and God made me, the gay one, the millionaire. I said, all you have is God, and there's something wrong with that. Where's the abundance in your life? Where is the cattle upon 1,000 hills? Where is the still waters? Where is the provision? I said, oh, I remember. You can't get it because you're too busy judging everybody else based on their lives, and you're missing it all for your own. And she got quiet as hell because I was like, yeah, because I do that to her all the time. Get it? I said to her the other day, this was last month sometime. I said, I'm real with God. I come to God, the divine, because that's what I call him. I come to the divine as I am. I said, I don't treat people badly every day. And then every night at 6 p.m., pray and ask God for forgiveness and repent. I said, I'm not that type of person. I said, and it's wrong that you think you can wrong us all day long. And then 6 o'clock rolls around and then you can pray for forgiveness and you're forgiven. She got quiet on that too. And I'm just like, you need to understand something. The one you keep saying, all these people like me that you keep saying we're wrong and out of alignment, God is blessing us. We have more than just the divine in our lives. We have abundance. We're happy. God forbid, we are happy. We are living our lives. It's not perfect, but we are happy. We are alive. We love, and listen to this, we love ourselves. We love ourselves. We have accepted who we are and what we are and gotten past it. Yeah, honey, I'm gay. Get over it. I got over it. So you will too. Like we're fine. Y'all trying to condemn us. And I said to her, I said, isn't it funny that we're the ones that are winning? Got all this money, got all this intellectual property, working our asses off. They love us. And you
more than just, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. You said more than just.
More than just the abundance of things. You said self-love. You know what I mean? I think that's most important. And God is love. And God loves us. And I think it's more important to have the relationship. And that relationship is personal.
Yep.
And so, like I said, I came from the church.
Yep. As did I.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot, good and bad. And so I know that every, person who says that they're a Christian doesn't, um is not so judgmental.
Yeah,
But when we can lead in love,
yeah.
and that's loving God, loving ourselves,
Yep,
and loving each other,
yep,
that's the true abundance.
yep,
That's the abundance.
yep.
So that's what I try to think about. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? If I can focus on that,
Yeah.
and then I let God be God, and I do, I let God do the rest. You know what I mean? I
Yes.
can't I can't fight everybody's battles. I can't focus on, what this person thinks of me. I can't focus on this person thinks, hates my thirst traps. I can't hate, doesn't agree with my lifestyle. It's like, I would be crazy
Yeah.
if I sat here and tried to focus on everybody's thoughts on me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I focus on, and I'm still learning
Yeah.
because it has been a process, and
Yes.
that's a whole nother interview.
Yes.
Of just learning to love God because God first loved me, and
Exactly.
that's what's most important.
She
So
hates the fact that I tell her every day. I said every day, I said, God made me to be who I am, right? And she looks at me. I'm like, he knew. Get this. I said, and keep saying in my interviews, God was the one that had to come to me and tell me you're gay. And I didn't take it well. I was in Paris. I started crying. They looking at me like, oh my God, is she all right? He's like, you're gay. And I'm like, I know. And as I said, I know, and I said to
ah,
yes, I was screaming. I was screaming. And as I pulled myself together, I said, what am I going to do about it? And
love yourself.
he said, we'll deal with it. That was Paris 2005. I've never had a conversation with God about being gay since. There was nothing to talk about.
Because He loves us.
Yeah,
He loves us.
there was nothing to
You know
talk
what I mean?
about. Oh, my camera doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Hold on.
It's all good.
There we
It
go.
is all good. Still look good.
I look good, but I'm blue. Listen, I'm gonna have to be blue right now because I'm not about to. Yeah. So anyway, give me 3 words that inspire you and empower you. I'm blue. Why am
Ooh,
I
just
blue?
three.
Yeah.
Ooh, just three. That's so hard because every morning for the last 5 years,
Uh-huh.
I have like 7 or 8. I don't know. I haven't counted in a long
Nice.
time. But I pray for focus,
Uh-huh.
drive, consistency, confidence, hard work, smart work, preparation, discipline. Oh God, 10. Persistence, fearlessness, and one more, patience in my purpose.
Oh, that
Those
was
are the things
beautiful.
that no, those are the things that I pray for on the daily, and I meditate on, and I just ask God to give me those things so that I can continue really focusing on my purpose and leaving all that outside noise
Yeah.
outside. So
Yeah.
that's more than three, but those are my core. That's my
And
core
I'm
values.
glad you shared it with us. I'm so glad you shared it with that. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. That is something
Thank
that
you.
they're going to definitely take away from this interview. So tell everybody where they can find you on social media since you're building a social media empire.
Yes, 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 yes. Instagram at Jmalik JMALIK Fitness.
I'm
You
going to put it
can
in. I'm going to put it below.
find me there. All right,
So
sounds good.
that's the only place we can find you, huh?
For now,
For now.
YouTube is coming. YouTube is coming. The rest is coming.
So,
Believe me.
this has been so much. This has been so good. Thank you so much. Thank
No,
you
thank
so much
you.
for doing this. We had a real heart to heart here. This was crazy. I'm mad I'm blue, but
No, you're still cute.
I'm still. So don't go anywhere. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, you have heard the vocal stylings of Mr. Jaimar Brown. Say goodbye.
Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Don't go anywhere.
All right.